Morning everyone, thanks for tuning in. So in this video we're going to talk about the 7 steps you need to take within the first week after losing a loved one. I'm Yvette Kuyate of Kuyate Law Group, Kingdom Shira Lawyer in Heels, and I talk to people all the time about losing a loved one. As an estate planning attorney, we plan for the things that we never want to think about. So this video is going to be for the beneficiaries of my clients and other people that when you lose a loved one, it kind of hits you like a truck. And if you're in this situation, my heart goes out to you. And I've been there myself. I've lost parents. I've lost loved ones. And the first thing you would hope somebody would tell you is, what do I do? Because there's so much in the grief and the process of losing a loved one that feels overwhelming. So I'm going to give you the 7 steps of what you need to do after losing a loved one within the first week. Okay. The first thing obviously is to make accommodations, and that means accommodations for the funeral home, the mortuary, burial, but people often forget about accommodations for the care of pets, or if they're minor children, the care of minor children, or if they're older children, sometimes the care of them, maybe they're in high school or in college. So there's a lot of accommodations that have to be made in a very short amount of time. The second thing that you need to do is you have to notify informing employers, immediate family, close friends. Nowadays, social media is a great tool that many use to inform people of loved ones passing, but not everyone is on social media. So an address book, obviously a phone, those are also great tools to also notify your loved one's outer circle of their death. And one word of caution here, what I tell my clients, before you post anything on social media, just be prepared emotionally and mentally to answer questions. Lots of people immediately want to know the details. And so I often advise people, don't post until you're ready for that. Or maybe have a point person that can answer, or be that point person answering questions on your family's behalf, so that you don't have to be the one to do it yourself. That's always a great idea. The third thing that I recommend people is to secure their property. And what I mean by that is arranging for mail pickup service, canceling deliveries, identifying any dangers on their property that may be a danger for other people or within the home. Making sure that their vehicles are parked in a secure area and there's no food items in there, right? So it's literally going through the property, their possessions, making sure that as you're grieving, there's nothing that's going to also pop out and then create a hazard. So sometimes that can be overlooked, especially if your loved one lived alone or was elderly or did not have other family members living with them. It's a great idea to just do a walkthrough and make sure that it is secure. Now with Amazon packages and mail, that is a really important thing to do as well. Okay, so number 4 is locating important documents. And why that is wills, trusts, but also insurances, car, home, life, right? Vital records, birth certificates, marriage records, deeds to any property, home, cars, perhaps stock certificates. If they were in the military discharge papers, and all tax forms. All of those important documents should be located and secured. Because again, you want to make sure you're protecting those documents. Those are hard to get sometimes. And so one thing to do is, like I said, make sure that you locate them and you can just put them aside and know where they are. If your parents or elderly parents or anything like mine, I would not want to walk into their office and they have things everywhere. So I have a solution for that. And it's a service that I have for my clients where we put everything digitally, we upload everything digitally, and they are able to just know and give access to their family, access to those important documents in one place, so that reduces headaches. It's life-changing and amazing. So much stress relieved for my clients. So that's why I do that. Number 5, of course, is calling insurance companies. And why within the first week? Because they may be able to arrange for funeral home or maybe even cover burial expenses. Oftentimes there are insurance companies have plans that have already taken care of that and can serve as a concierge service to the family in these cases. And so if you want to learn more about that, feel free to contact me. I think that's a great benefit to have as a pre-planning. That way the family's not trying to come up with GoFundMe, right? Or borrowing money to bury somebody. That is never a plan. That is catastrophic planning. And so we really want to make sure we don't do that. But again, if your family's in the situation, number 5 is calling those insurance companies. It's super important within the first week. Number 6 is know their wishes, right? Within the first week, communicate with loved ones and know, do we know what their wishes were? Meaning, what did they want? Is there a will? Is there a trust? What kind of burial? What kind of service did they want? Contact a trusted attorney to help you understand if there is a will or trust, and make sure that you can comply with local probate code requirements. There are time-sensitive things that you have to do with probate court, and so you really need to find out if there is a will or trust, so you can get that information to an attorney right away and make sure that your family is going to comply with those mandates. And the last one, number 7, is take time for yourself. And within the grieving and so much going on, it's so important that you can take time for yourself, have a moment to breathe and process and grieve and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And I say this from experience. It is an extremely emotional time, and while there's so much coming at you, it is important to make sure that you're okay so that you can go into week 2 and week 3 and continue on your grieving healing journey. So take the time, get a friend, maybe you want to be left alone, take care of yourself. Self-care is so important. So I hope that's been helpful. Those are the 7 things to do within the first week if your loved one passes. It's the things we never want to think about, but important to plan ahead for. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Yvette Kuyate, Kingdom Shira Lawyer in Heels. Bye.